Hey guys, it's Mrs. Conway. So hopefully you've had time now to practice going from point slope form to standard form, or to slope-intercept form. So now we're going to go from standard form to slope-intercept form. So just recall, standard form is ax plus by equals c, and slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to have a little bit more work to do here than we did in the other one. So first, we're going to use blank operations to move x to the right side of the equation. When we're moving stuff, we're using inverse operations. Divide everything by the, what do we call the number in front of y? Coefficient. Okay. And then we're going to simplify the fractions. And we're going to divide everything, by the way, by the coefficient. So let's do one so you can see what I'm talking about. So step one, use inverse operations to move x to the right side. So here's our equal sign. It might help you to draw your dashed line. We're actually basically just solving a two-step equation. But let's see. So we've got 3x minus 8y. So we want to get rid of this x because we're looking to have everything be y equals at the end, right? So we need to get rid of 3x. So we're going to subtract positive 3x so that it's gone. And I'm going to subtract it on the other side. Here is the tricky part. When we cancel, that cancels out and we're left with negative 8y equals, I can't add that. This doesn't have an x, this does. So I'm going to put negative 3x in front because I want it to look like mx plus b. And then I'm just going to, since this is a positive 48, I'm going to put plus 48. So the negative 3x goes here and the 48 just goes there. We're not actually putting them together because they're not like terms. Okay. Then my next step is to divide everything by the coefficient of y. So there's a negative 8 in front of y, so I'm going to divide everything. Negative 8, negative 8, negative 8. Okay? So those 8's cancel, so we're left with y equals negative 3 divided by negative 8 becomes positive 3 over 8x. Use a calculator if you're not sure on that one, but it doesn't reduce, but we do have to consider that negative divided by negative is positive. Positive divided by negative is negative. 48 divided by 8 is 6, because 6 times 8 is 48. So there we go. We have slope-intercept form. Y equals 3/8x minus 6. So 3 steps. But some of this stuff is kind of new, remembering that when we subtract our x over here, we can't actually do that math, so we just write them down next to each other, and then dividing everything. So let's try another. If you think you're ready, try this one on your own. If not, follow along with me. We have x minus 5y equals negative 35. Again, I'm going to draw my dashed line because whatever I do to the left side, I have to do to the right. And here we have 1x, so we need to subtract 1x from both sides of the equation. Those cancel. Remember, when that cancels, this negative is still there, so that's negative 5y equals, again, can't combine these, so it's going to be negative 1x minus 35. The reason it's minus is because that started out as a negative. Step 2, divide everything by the number in front of y, by the coefficient of y. So I have y equals negative divided by negative is positive 1/5 x. Negative divided by negative is plus 35 divided by 5 is 7. Y equals 1/5 x plus 7. Okay, hopefully this is starting to sink in. Maybe try 10, 11, 12, 13 on your own. Hit pause, see if you can do them, and then check back. Number 10, x minus y is negative 7. So to get rid of x, I'm going to subtract x on both sides. Again, I might start by drawing this dashed line. So I have negative 1y equals, and remember this is 1x, so I can think of this as subtracting 1x. Negative 1x minus 7. Now divide. Divide everything by negative 1. And notice I put the 1 in front of the y here just to help me remember when I divide, I have to divide by negative 1. One of the biggest mistakes people make is forgetting if it's just negative y to divide by negative 1 at the end, and it matters. Because now I have y equals positive 1x plus 7, which you could also write as y equals x plus 7. All right, number 11, subtract 9x on both sides because that's positive. So negative 4y, remember to carry that negative down because 0 minus 4 is negative 4, equals negative 9x plus 32. Divide by negative 4y equals positive 9/4. 9 over 4 doesn't reduce because nothing goes into both 9 and 4. Minus, because plus divided by negative is minus. 32 divided by 4 is 8, because 4 times 8 is 32. Okay? 2 more. If you haven't hit pause yet, maybe you're ready. Maybe now is a good time to hit pause, try a couple, then do them, and then hit play to see if you got them right. So, for this one, we're going to subtract x on both sides. Negative 3y equals negative x minus 21. Divide by negative 3. Divide everything by negative 3. Y equals, negative divided by negative is positive. And this is, I didn't put the 1 in front of the x here. And that might have, you might want to put a 1 right here to remind yourself that that's negative 1 divided by negative 3, which is positive 1/3 x plus 7. Okay, and the last problem, well, the last example. 8x plus y is 4. Subtract 8x on both sides. So I'm left with y equals negative 8x plus 4. And actually we're done with this one because the last step is to divide. Now if you really wanted to, you could divide everything by 1, but hopefully you see that that is in slope-intercept form. I don't need to do... So that is converting from standard form to slope-intercept form. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go to Delta Math and I want you to practice a couple of these. Okay, quite a few of these. And this is what your first quiz for Unit 4 is going to be on. So make sure that you know how to do this. If you need to practice a couple extra to make sure you really get it, do that because you will be having a quiz on this standard or objective. It's not really a standard. So good luck.